Carl, maybe we should make a Who Would Watch This too.
And we can use lots of voiceover.
I think that's kind of the podcast. Oh my god, are we a Who Would Watch This too? Are we already there? Oh my god.
We probably
oh my
are. We've
god.
already sunk into ourselves.
Oh god, what a horrid place to be. Anyway, my name's Oscar.
My name's Carl.
This is Who Would Watch This. Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast we watch a film, chat about the film, then try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we're talking about Mean Girls 2, which currently has a 4.1 on IMDb, a 1.3 on Letterboxd, and it technically has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes because there's only 2 reviews and
so
one's
it's
rotten
glowing
and one's bad. But I'm going to give it a 0% because I don't think that person knows what they're talking about. So
wow, you're gonna speak over somebody? That's crazy, Carl.
100%.
Okay. Carl, do you know the plot?
We're not even there. Oh wait, are we there yet? Yeah, we are.
We'll give you the rough plot.
I haven't listened to the podcast in a while.
Oh yeah, no, I've not heard it. I've not said it. This is just AI.
Are these being edited and sent out? Wouldn't it be
Sent
crazy
out?
if we haven't?
Sent out? What are you talking about?
Haven't released an episode in 2 years?
One person's just been asking for the CD. I've been sending it out like that.
It's like one of those
I've been
ads
pressing-
that's like, collect them all. It's the entire box set of Who Would Watch This.
Oh, it would look real tasteful.
Complete with all the dead time left in the middle of the episodes.
Carl and Oscar constantly, midway through, go to the bathroom separately.
Listen as they realize they're hungry and need to consume a meal.
Carl, the plastics are back. Shit.
No, Oscar, what's the plot?
Carl, the plastics are back.
Oh, sorry. I haven't listened in a while.
Are back in a long-awaited follow-up to the smash hit Mean Girls, and now the click is more fashionable, funny, and ferocious than ever.
Lies.
Okay.
Blatant lies.
That's-
lies.
I don't think a film could ever lie. I don't think...
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy...
Yeah, it is.
We've watched a couple of films. I've never been led astray.
This is fresh out on the day that Megalopolis' trailer has just been called out for lying. So, you know, movies can lie.
This is the second time this has happened. In the rich history of film, second time. And I think it's crazy it happened today. Carl, before we get into, I guess, this funny, ferocious, and fashionable film, should we go back to last week?
Why? What film did you watch? Oscar, Mean Girls 2.
Yes.
Have you seen it and why?
I have seen it.
And why?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. And that's like a gun in my mouth, okay? Don't load it, okay? Keep it unloaded. I don't remember. I feel like most people have seen Mean Girls. Most people like Mean Girls. Most people are a little bit curious, though. Oh, is there a second one? And I've seen it. I don't remember anything about it other than it being kind of just and really not reaching anything. But I am curious to do it on the podcast. I'm keen to revisit. Have you seen it? Have you heard of it?
I saw it during university, like a rainy film on Netflix. When Netflix came to Australia, it really just had trash on it.
yeah.
So I remember watching it then with my roommate at the time, and I only really remember them playing a sports game at the end. That's my one memory, is I think the climax is just a very convoluted sports game for whatever fucking reason. That is the only time I've seen it.
Nice. Okay.
So
that's all right.
yeah, I
That's
think
all
in
right.
my head, I've seen it again, but it might have just been I've seen a YouTube video.
I'm scared now because I thought this might be like one of those ones we go and watch and it's like camp as hell, like the brats and of it all. You feared me that you said you've watched it during university. It has less an impact. So I'm scared it hasn't got anything to offer. I'm terrified.
I mean, I couldn't tell you a single thing about it
Yeah.
other than I know that I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I'll be shocked if this isn't the one that has a sports game in it, because then it'll be in my brain. I'll be like, what fucking movie
You've
did I
watched
see?
something. You've watched something.
Yeah.
Carl, real quickly, thoughts on the new Mean Girls? Because I saw that had like granted, it's not great, but it's got like a 5 on IMDb. It's super low. People dislike that one.
I think it's
quite
because men are scum.
Oh.
I reckon I just
We're
think
the
it's
first podcast to do that, okay? Yeah, you heard it right in your ears. We're calling them out. They're not freaking the scum, okay? Carl, but why?
I just think it's
No,
assume
the
that-
patriarchy.
Oh, right.
Give me the cliff notes.
Oh, okay. The Queen?
Yeah.
She
Oh, blaming a
rules?
woman? Wow. For Jesus Christ, Carl.
Use of the monarchy?
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Yeah,
that.
cool.
Sorry, wait, do you think the patriarchy is the monarchy?
Who's to know? Do you know?
I do know.
Tell me.
I do know.
Tell me they're not. Tell me they're not one
They're
of
not
the same.
Well, one was led by
I don't
one was
believe you.
led by a powerful woman for 60 years, and the other are men. So you tell me, Carl, which one are they the same to you?
Oh, I don't know. What preceded the queen? A king.
Yeah.
A man.
Okay, listen, and that's on him. That's on him. He wasn't great.
Yeah.
Still isn't great.
No, again, it's like I'm Ken and Barbie, where I'm like, I don't really know. You know, I'm living in my own little
That's powerful.
bubble.
You're like, I don't see gender, and I don't see the patriarchy or the monarchy. I guess
I'm blind to
guess-
royalty and gender.
I guess you're an ally to something.
Slay.
Carl, thoughts on Mean Girls, the musical?
I just assume it's probably just been review bombed, but I think that movie's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's beat for beat.
I
The
think
other one,
it's the title though that kind of ruins it, right? If you have the title,
yeah,
you have to live up to it.
It's
And it never was.
also like, I mean, the other thing is, I know that movie. Remember, a lot of people hated it because it wasn't marketed as a musical.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember,
right.
and
Yeah.
everyone was shocked it was a musical when they finally saw it. So I'll give it that. I mean, we knew it was a musical heading in because everybody we know is obsessed with musicals,
Yeah.
including me. I knew it was a musical. I think that one's fine. I think there's fun performances.
Yeah.
And it hasn't. That's a movie that sort of went through one ear and out the other. I think it's perfectly inoffensive.
Yeah, I think so.
And I mean, that was, I think, a streaming film as well, sent to
Oh, that's
cinemas after
right.
it got like good
Which
audience
makes
scores.
sense, right?
I think so. I think you can tell that it feels a little bit underfunded or cheap, but like, I think Regina George is fun in it. I think the returning
Renee
cast.
Rapp is like blown up as well.
Yeah, well, she's great.
Yeah, she
like,
is.
Yeah, so that's my
Anyways,
opinion.
so
Did you like it?
I did. I will like.
Like I said, it's so passive.
Yeah, I think people were vile towards it.
Yeah.
I can't get angry. I feel like we're in a horrible situation where we've seen the worst. It's just inoffensive. It's fine. It's fine. We've built up got like a poison, antidote in our blood. You know, we just can't watch kind of crap, and it's like, all right.
Well, I guess for context as well is how much do you like Mean Girls, the original?
I'm a big fan. I think I watched it. I think I got shown it a lot. I think that maybe dampened my bit of it. It's a very good movie. But like, I feel like I watched it recently, and it's very well written.
Yeah.
And you kind of go, damn, it's crazy that this was not even allowed to blow up, but I'm over the moon that it was. It kind of paved the way, I think, for Bridesmaid a little bit.
Yeah.
Quietly. And Tina Fey's so good.
It's so well written.
Yeah.
I watch Mean Girls probably yearly.
Yeah.
Like, I think the original Mean Girls is such a good high school comedy.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
It really is our generation's Clueless. Like, it
Yeah.
feels that sort of, it's slightly heightened. It still has like good dramatic little moments in it.
Totally.
All the character arcs are great. And it's like, everybody in it became a star for a reason. It's probably one of like the better acted. Let's hold it there. I feel like we'll potentially have more to say.
Yes. Who would watch it, though? Who would watch it?
Oh,
Mean
God.
Girls 2.
I mean, if you're a fan of the first,
Okay.
surely you'd dip a toe. You
Yeah.
know what's weird? Is this a TV movie? What does IMDb say?
A TV movie. TV movie.
Okay,
TV
so it was
movie.
not a cinematic
No,
release.
which is always cruel. I mean, it's sort of like a semi-cash grab, and then for people to go, look how dreadful is this? It's like, yeah, we had like $3.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want? What do
I
you
mean,
want?
it's got no relation to the original. Oh my god! From memory, the Tim Meadows is in this.
Okay, huge.
So
Good for Tim. Good
from
for Tim.
memory, they did get somebody back,
Okay,
which is
massive.
nutty.
Who do I think's gonna watch it? I guess Meadowheads. You know, they were clambering for more, and you know what? Tim served.
If people would,
I hope your memory's correct. Otherwise, this very important thing we do, the who would watch this, is ruined, and I don't want to ruin the sanctity.
we know
of it.
people have skipped this bit of the podcast.
Excuse
It's
me?
fine.
What? Carl, Mean Girls 2.
Dreadful.
Yeah.
Just dreadful.
Okay. Not happy at all. This film is a cruel, I guess,
a
torture.
challenge.
It's a challenge. I've never seen, and I think we were messaging midway through, this might be the worst paced film I've ever seen.
100%.
Yeah.
It was not only an eternity, but I was checking that time. What I thought was every half hour, every 5 minutes.
Real bad.
I don't
isn't it?
know what they were filling the time with. I don't know what happened to me during this little time vortex that is Mean Girls 2, but I lived a life. I've come out the other side older, wiser, more broken, more upset than ever.
Okay, but you're still wiser. Where did you get the knowledge and the sort of life experience? I guess you did live.
I know to
We've
never
lived about 3 years. Oh yeah, don't watch Mean Girls 2.
I know. No, I've learned a lot, which is one: never have your entire livelihood rely on an open garage. Like that is a peak. Like,
we'll get into the dad's business.
Yeah.
That ain't a business, Carl.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. It's almost like the film knows it's a joke. It goes Paramount Famous Productions. What a cruel thing. I've never seen Paramount ever do that before. What division of Paramount is this? Is it like a ha 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 or go over to the Famous Productions? It's very cruel.
it was smart for them to do, in my opinion, because I went, maybe there's more of these Famous Productions on Paramount Plus, a mountain of entertainment.
We are sponsored by them, guys. You gotta check it out. They have.
Paramount told us we could not say that anymore, and they refused to have anything to do with us.
Well, here's the thing. It's that or I cancel my Paramount subscription again, okay?
That's
I've
right.
already done it.
It's not like I'm going to watch The Curse again. Once was enough, and I loved it.
It's hilarious. Their one like flagship thing is a unwatchable mess that you just do not want to watch. But I guess you'll drag it out for 6 months. That's how they got me.
As soon as I was done with The Curse, I cancelled Paramount Plus and just had a shower, just a long shower, and just cried.
The saddest part is the fact that you paid for Paramount Plus, you know. But they're a great
They
service.
earned it.
And
If
again,
they're going to overspend on a Nathan Fielder show like that, by all means, I'm glad they took my money.
imagine them going, "Oh, the Uncut Gems and Emma Stone's fantastic," and Nathan walks in, and goes, nuts! The money.
We've already completely gotten off track. Look, the movie opens. It opens with, it's like a how did I get here?
Which is a cliche. However, you know what? I've never seen this cliche. It's so apparent here. Like, yep, you're probably wondering how I get here. Anyway, let's rewind.
It's actually doing the thing they make, because it's not like...
I've never seen anyone genuinely do it. It is odd to see it in a production.
Yeah, which is, it must be a real... I'm just trying to think of like a movie that does it.
It must happen like in the 70s or 80s or something.
You must be wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
But it's annoying when they really acknowledge the audience, because one of the things that's really...
Oh, you would take it out to me? Well, this isn't a school. What's going on here?
Well, because I don't think the original Mean Girls voiceover is that narration-y and more inner monologue-y.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very reflective. So it's like, I remember there's moments when she makes decisions that she knows Erin Samuels is going to not like her. She's like, in her mind is like, I'm sorry, but you're going to hate me forever. Yeah. And then goes and does it.
Well, it adds to the comedy. I think it adds a lot to it, whereas this one is odd monologue.
On Tuesday, he asked me what day. Look, was it on September 13th?
Yeah, October 3rd.
Oh, October 3rd. Who knows?
Who knows? I do. It's October 3rd. Now, because her inner monologue is sort of like, we're having a conversation.
Because, she's just...
And then we'll be chatting over here.
Well, I think they've had to do so much voiceover work because no conversation is paced correctly, and they know that there's like it's like they told them, speak slowly in case we need to VO this scene.
Yeah.
But in case we don't VO the scene, speak quick enough that you wouldn't notice. And so you're watching it and you're going, who's talking?
It's very
Why
odd.
are they like this?
And then every scene starts and ends with a bit of buffer. And it seems like the editor was like, listen, we kept it in. The runtime gets up. It's painful. Every sentence stops and then goes on.
It's like they left a gap to put star wipes.
Yeah.
And then nobody did the star wipes.
Well, they're expensive.
And I kept watching being like, just give me a star wipe.
It's kind of my only flaw of the film, really. Just lack of star wipes.
I also think that the pacing's probably really bad too, is because this, apart from like 2 songs, this soundtrack is like non-existent. There's no music or songs playing.
But there's not even like a beat in the background,
No.
you know? It's just sort of, it's this podcast.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
it is.
the podcast. It's bad pacing
It's
for
just
us.
static noise. It's just this, living in this. We get introduced to the plastics.
Yes.
Losers.
Yeah.
Straight up losers.
This has to
These
be
aren't popular.
one of the worst downgrades. And not the actress or even the plastics. It is just the fact that they've made this character such a loser. Like, they're going like, she's the queen bee and has yet to get any pollen, okay? Yeah.
Did you work on that one?
I wrote it down. I really nailed it. I'm pretty happy with that one.
I thought the queen bee doesn't even go out and get the
Well,
pollen.
fuck me dead in my goddamn pollinating joke. Sorry, Carl. Didn't know you were the fucking expert on bees. God. Anyway,
the bee movie.
No, I haven't.
God, it's a struggle to get through this episode. Yeah, look, she's got one, no moxie.
Yeah.
2 is pretty. It's just lame.
Insecure. Very insecure.
That's the thing about Rachel McAdams' character. She was not insecure in the slightest. She was a goddamn wolf.
Yeah.
All right. She was going to go for the jugular if she could.
This is a wounded, I don't know, platypus? Yeah.
And she's weird. It's also the writers seem to have no idea. It comes across as they've never met a high schooler.
No.
Because even though in the original Mean Girls it's very heightened, still in this one they're like, okay, but what if the villain went after her livelihood?
Yeah, what if
it's
the
like,
villain...
why would she do that?
What if the villain committed arson? Do you think anybody would vibe that? That would sort of happen in a school experience? Crazy, no drugs here. There should be drugs here. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we get introduced to her 2 plastics. I immediately forgot their name because, I don't know, one is a hypochondriac and one is dumb.
Yep.
That's it.
And they
really
aren't
don't
good.
play it. I think they get one chance to do their thing, and it's sort of not even it doesn't land, but it's just like, man, you guys kept them in the background for nothing. Really unfleshed out. Really sucks.
I've got a note here that just says, visually, everything just looks a bit shit. I think that's super accurate.
I was looking at all the costumes. Mean Girls has definitely aged. However, I think the costumes were so accurate of the time and really sells each character. This one, it looks like they rolled them in like a JC Penney. Everyone's in the same outfit, and they're all hideous. It is such a gross look, isn't it?
There's not a sense of style anywhere.
No.
When the lead becomes a mean girl, she's just dressed like a bad Avril Lavigne fan.
Get that black vest out of my car. She's now the sickest girl on the block.
I was like, people respect them like wearing that?
We meet, okay, so we've got, I guess, our main protagonist.
I've got no idea of her name.
God.
And yet that's the thing is
Joe. I had to look it up. Weird, right?
It's crazy.
Joe meets the plastics. They're like, holy shit, not hanging out with them. We also get introduced to Abby.
Okay, now here's the thing about Abby.
Yeah.
Now, when she drops her book and it gets spilled with drink on it.
Yes.
And then somebody tumbles 6 full drinks on her. And now, I'm just going to posit something. In high school, did you get a lot of things spilt on you? Because I don't think this is a thing that happens.
I didn't get a drop split on me.
Never.
I was never wet at high school.
I was never moist in high school.
No, I was dry as a goddamn bone. And I'm proud of that fact.
For
okay?
sure.
Okay. Now, Abby is drenched, wet as hell.
All the time.
At this point, I would have probably left the school and been like, Abby, what a trooper. She goes through some of the most traumatic experiences throughout the film with a smile on her face.
She is doused it in milk minutes into the film.
Yeah.
And it's like, just go and leave.
Yeah.
You know? And it's also, everybody like points and laughs. I don't know if because of online bullying that maybe a lot of the bullying now is behind screens. But I know at my school, everybody would have been like, oh no.
This school's like from like 1920s like slapstick comedy. It's like they're really into Groucho Marx and Chaplin.
They're gonna go hop in a convertible and touch each other up at a lake.
Oh, okay, that kind of Chaplin. Oh goodness,
is that the 20s?
I was doing slapstick like that's kind of 50s-esque, you know.
Oh no, there'd be more wobbling with the drinks.
There we go.
The person would come out on like a little wheel and be like coming through.
That's circus comedy. It's a different blend to 20s comedy.
Circus comedy's really in at the moment. You ever seen Water Fat Elephants?
Yeah, I have.
It's
Carl.
back.
It's back.
It's back in a big way.
It's blowing up on TikTok. All the teens are loving elephants for
They
water.
love it. They're doing a musical version of it. It's great. It's going to Peacock.
It's called The Greatest Showman 2. That's right, the elephants are back.
Addressing the elephant in the room.
Hugh Jackman looking at the poster.
Yeah, like
not that one. Not that one. The literal elephant. The literal elephant.
The literal elephant in the room.
Yeah.
If somebody was cancelled from that movie, I'd be able to bring that up. But I think everybody's okay.
You got Zach. You got Zendaya.
Addressing the fact we shouldn't have based it on P.T. Barnum.
Oh yeah, that was sorry. The core concept of the film.
Concept was
that
bad.
horrible, horrible man.
We can do Greatest Showman on this. That movie's bad enough to deconstruct. So we've met Abby. We've met Abby soaking wet with milk.
Yeah.
Just covered in milkshakes. And she even is like, don't look at me, I'm a loser. And leaves. And I'm like, wow, a self-proclaimed loser?
We
Huge.
should get into the dynamic of Abby and Mandy, who's the main Regina. We can just call her Regina. Do you want to call her Mandy? Up to you.
I think we'll have to call her Mandy because I don't want to besmirch the name Regina.
I'm glad it's a coveted title.
Yeah.
They have beef, okay, but their beef is a weird one to sort of preference. Like she's the popular, she's the loser. Abby's fucking minted, okay.
This blew my mind.
This is crazy. I guess the dynamic is really off because you're kind of like, all right, what story are we doing? It really should be. It seems like they were like, let's make a teen romance. And it's like, we actually have the rights to do Mean Girls too. They're like, all right, we're shoving that in.
It feels like Abby was meant to be the lead character.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Abby feels more developed than the lead.
Well, I just think that maybe they were like, we actually can't have our main protagonist be just disgustingly wealthy. It is very unrelatable for people watching this because we know that if you're getting this, you're poor, and that's right. Well, actually, I paid $3 for this, so good for them.
Oh yeah, same. Did you do? Yeah.
We should always just buy and then we could share and then claim on tax.
No, I think it was $7, right?
Oh well, then no, and it's never gonna get watched again. Watch us at 6. Tim Meadows is back, Carl.
Oh, that's what I've written. Tim Meadows is back. Did you do an exclamation mark?
I did.
I was so excited because it meant I was right.
Yeah, that's massive.
Oh god, I gotta tell you, he's not good in this. He's really bad, and also they've made his character a sexual pervert.
He's upsetting. I don't know whether he counts as like the last teacher he was doing. It
feels
it's an injection of life, but it's not like good life, you know.
There's a part where he just starts photographing kids.
It's odd.
There's a part where he walks into a change room and is like, is everybody got their clothes on?
Snap.
He's like, has everybody got their clothes on? I don't want to deal with a harassment lawsuit. Not again.
Yeah.
And I went, ugh.
I think he's trying to punch up something, which is like, he's got funny, but then you're also just like, man, when it's just you sort of in this room, it's harsh.
He saw straight to TV and he was like, oh, okay, you're getting like background Adam Sandler, Tim Meadows quality, okay? Like,
oh, I know that card well. Let's jump in that. It's a shame. He's great. Just... I don't mind. It's fine. Whatever. Honestly, him popping up's more of enough.
It was exciting for me to just have somebody to latch onto that mattered. Because nothing else... I gotta tell you, from the point that we meet him, which is maybe 7 minutes into the movie, I was checked out.
This is... I guess... I don't know how... Maybe it's just a good way of like doing a story. Things keep happening. And that might seem like a positive thing for a story. It isn't here. They keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And you kind of take a step back. You're like, okay, I can actually see the resemblance of an arc. But it seems just like little 5 minutes, vignettes that go nowhere until you ended up with, I guess I watched 20 short bad films with the worst characters you've ever seen. Let's get into the first one, Carl. Joe and Tyler are in woodwork.
Oh, yeah, Tyler. Now, do we know Tyler?
I don't know. It's either Tyler or the other one.
Either way, the love interest.
Yeah.
Now, do we remember him from that Scream Queens clip?
Yes. I was watching this with my partner and she went, oh, him! Which is great.
He's in Rock of Ages as well.
Oh, good for him. Well, not really good for him. But
he's not in a lot that's good.
Yeah, but he's in iconic scenes, and that's enough.
That's
this
enough.
in itself is iconic. Mainly just the title of this film, not the actual... I was upset there wasn't anything from this film, Like nothing... Like a bit like cunty, a bit camp.
I enjoy when she throws that dog away. I thought that was an okay joke.
That is a funny joke.
That was maybe the one time I went, but that was about it.
I had one more. I guess I liked the infomercial thing, but then I realized that was a plot point. I went, well, I'm scrubbing that
You were
out.
like, well, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
I love how introspective the lead is because she's always like, that's just high school. And I'm like, I don't have that perspective when I was living it. I was like, I will die if things aren't going the way. Now I'm like, oh yeah, it was just high school.
Yeah.
But living it, you're like, oh my God, am I going to kill myself? Am I horny? Am I drunk too much? I have so many feelings. I hate my parents. I love everybody. I hate them all. My support network hates me. Do I need to go to sleep earlier? Nope. I just hate myself.
I just want to validate you here. Every feeling you're feeling is completely true. And it still is, and you'll never escape this.
I'm going to play this to my therapist, and they're going to be
imagine that, just like plugging in the podcast, just like, yeah, and this is what he said. And this is what he said.
And I have to do this weekly. I have to come around weekly.
The therapist's like, well, here's a gun. Just, I don't normally do this.
Nobody's listening to that. Sorry, yeah, so we meet Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler sucks.
Yeah.
Tyler's immediately sexist to her, and you go, is anyone going to be likable in this film?
No. Bland or unlikable? I guess Abby's might be my top pick, but mainly because I just think, good for her. She's got wealth.
Yeah.
She can buy capital. And that's enough. And that's how bad the film is. I'm rooting for the rich.
I love all the dads in the movie, though. I love her dad, which is like, I spent your tuition.
So early on. And he's like, okay, so he is he works at his house, and he is a mechanic, and that's sort of his thing, okay? What do we think he spent the money on? Because he's like, I'm sponsoring NASCAR.
He's sponsoring NASCAR.
I don't know how he's spent all the money. Or, sorry, he says his investments didn't go his way. Put this in an index fund. The global financial crisis is not happening yet. You be fine. Where has he lost upwards of $200,000 for her college?
Oh, I know where. Every scene he's in, he's on the come down. Okay, the man snorted it all. 100%.
Oh, yeah, I invested in Marlboro Reds, some beer, and a couple of grams of Coke. Oh, it didn't pay off. The stock, it went up and down. Oh, I just didn't get out at the right time.
He was like, I don't know, I invested in a good fucking night. How about you chill?
Where's my investment portfolio? Oh, I don't know. I fucking vibed, man.
He's like, look, you've got your whole life to live. If I don't get another gram, that's it for me.
I'm pushing 31. This old man.
Now, because she says because she has to go to college because her mum went to that college.
Yes.
And she loved it.
She's going to Cantaloupe. I can't remember what do you remember thinking this college sounded like melon, like Cantaloupe Melon College?
The watermelon in the college?
Have you?
Honeydew College?
I think so. Am I not wrong?
I don't know. I haven't written down the college.
I think
it
Cantaloupe.
didn't leap at me off the screen.
I'll be honest, Carl. I was grasping the things that leap off the screen. Like, that college sounded a bit wacky. Why not just do Harvard? Why not just do Harvard?
I did get bored a lot and was like, I'll just do some chores.
Yeah.
So I was, just pitter-pattering around the house when I was
Not me. I Clockwork Orange myself for these podcast films. I didn't have anyone do the eyedroppers, so my eyes crusted over minutes in.
I will say, seconds into the movie, I went, can I watch this in 2 times speed? And it wouldn't let me.
I think if you buy it, you should be able to watch it in 4 times speed.
I reckon you should be able to watch it however you want to fucking watch it, okay?
Who would watch this? People that have a slow reaction a fast reaction to time? This would be a vibe. If this was 32 minutes, gotta go back.
What a great shot. Probably would have won an Oscar.
Best short.
Yeah. Look, anyway, he spent all of the money. And now I do
$200,000.
and we know where it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's also, I guess he's put it all into this car, which is so easily sabotageable, if that's a word.
It is.
I do want to bring up something. So she says her mum died when she was 1.
Yep.
On a serious note, I don't know. I'm lucky enough to have both my parents alive.
Okay.
Do you actually end up having that much of an attachment to a parent you never meet?
I think you want to listen, and I've lost both my parents, so this is shake my head. You went down a dark path. What am I going to say?
I'm asking it sincerely.
I think you would. I think you would. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
I just don't know if I'd go to their college.
Okay, you're coming off as a psychopath. It seems like, well, why would you care? They were dead. You never met them, and you should get over it,
well,
Joe.
I'm just saying, do we think she would have gone to her mum's college if her mum was alive and just a bitch?
Oh no.
Yeah,
well,
then she's
like dead, Carl.
Well, I was just going to say, because I don't think just because her mum's dead, she's a saint. Okay.
How have you lost it? I was on the defense, and you've gone, man, her bitch dead wife, dead mum should just get over it. What? What's your take?
Again, I don't know.
I've never lost a parent. If I did lose a parent, maybe I'd be bummed out. I can't say, though. Probably wouldn't, though. I wouldn't go to their school. I wouldn't go to their place of work.
I don't know why you'd be like, well, my mum was a cashier, so I want to be a cashier. Like, no, your mum probably had other aspirations. Like, don't go to the dad's probably just like, I shouldn't have lied and said the mum went to college.
I should have said she went to I don't know, a video store.
The dad's
and
giving.
She vibed at the video store and picked out one, and then that was it. And that means your mum. Why are you so bummed out about your mum? Are you the dad?
The dad's giving the mum ran away from this marriage and I told her she's dead. That's what the dad's given me. Because also, where'd he get this tuition money from? The mum?
I don't know. What is this sort of like American suburb vibe, you know? Like, what is this? Like, how much money are you making to live like in a house? Because like they're always like, oh, I'm so
Not enough
poor.
to own a garage, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we're doing it tough. I'm like, you guys own a house with a garage.
If your job is being a mechanic, just buy a house with a garage. Like, you'd be like, okay, this is our livelihood needs to be behind something that locks. And he's living in a carport. He's also not a good mechanic. All he does is wipe oil off instruments. I just don't think he knows what he's doing.
I gotta tell you, I did a brief stint as a mechanic. Most of it's just wiping down grease. I gotta say, maybe 3 to 4, I don't know, days of the week. That's kind of your mission.
It's a lot of people walking up to me being like, it's a lot of me walking up to people being like, can I shake your hand? And they're like, my hands are dirty. And I'm like, so are mine. Okay. I like that. That's the rest of the other days. I'll be honest, I didn't look at it or see a car in my time there. I was just hanging around carports, You got classic car blindness. All you see is bicycles.
Why, they freak me out, okay? They freak me out.
Anyway, look, so we get a little bit of backstory here because it means our mean girl and Abby.
A loser, not our protagonist.
Yes. So Abby, she's hella rich.
Yeah.
The mean girl, what's her name?
Mandy.
Mandy's constantly jealous of how rich Abby is.
Which is a weird place for this character to be. Because it's like, all right, I guess you're not making her the queen bee, but you're making her petty, but then she just comes off as kind of sad and losery. Yeah. No one's winning, really. I think Joe and Abby don't take an L the entire movie.
No.
And I just think Mandy just commits arson and theft and is pretty insane.
Mandy's not well.
And should be more fun.
Honestly, if anyone needs a friend, it might be Mandy.
Oh, yeah. She's friends with a hypochondriac and an idiot. Yeah. Like, this is a painful life.
No wonder she's suffering.
God, and she's like, I think it's fun if she was a lot more heightened or bitter, but she's just kind of like, yeah, I kind of nailed you, didn't I? It's like, you should be horrid.
So Mandy gets everyone to just vandalize Abby's car, which is really sad.
This is
really mean.
It's a crazy school, right? Imagine you're a new kid rocked up and we just blew up your car. Yeah. You'd be like, okay, give me a little counter here. When would you have called the police? Here, right? This is day one. I'm calling the police.
6 liters of milk got spilled on me.
Yes.
I'd be like, it's just an environmental waste.
The cows worked a lot hard for that. I'm calling the cops. That's right. They're gonna kill you. No, they vandalize. They paintball the whole car.
It's funny. The movie does live up to the name because the entire movie I'm going, this is mean.
It is mean. And the other one was like a playful mean. Like that's It
was a lot of like, these girls are mean.
This one's like, these girls.
Like, oh god, they're mean.
They're gonna cruelly ruin your life. And it's just going to be vile. No fun for you, too. This woman's so mean, it would be me asking my parents, being like, I just can't go to school. Yeah.
Like, they are ruining cars.
You'd be like,
and lighting each other on fire.
I don't think we can call the cops. Yeah. Call the cops.
Anyway, so she hops onto the back of Joe's bike because Joe's like, your car's ruined now, I guess. And I'm like, we're just leaving that car at the school? Okay. Yeah. They hop on a Vespa. They go home. Abby's dad is like, a friend. I'm going to pay them to be friends with Abby.
Yeah.
And I love this from the dad because one of my favorite things about this dad is he just keeps on being like, I've got so much money. I've got more money than I know what to do with. He's like, I just want to give the money to someone. I'm so rich.
I guess he's my second favorite. Maybe he's my favorite character. He's pretty bad in the sense that, I don't know, give it a chance. I've seen Abby for a bit of time. I gotta tell you, so far she's the best person here.
She's great.
Maybe she will get friends with this insane person.
He doesn't believe in his daughter, and that's what sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your dad owes me a check.
Oh yeah. Is a large one okay?
Yeah, it was about 50 G's.
Okay, cool.
For this dynamic.
Buddy, I'm gonna tell you right now, bad waste of your money. 4 years, and you only asked for 50 grand? Waste of money. Anyway, guys, you can send us money.
Gotta go to my mum's freaking...
She died, Carl, and you didn't care one bit.
I was one. I'm not emotionally invested in her.
Oh, I was a baby, and I didn't care. Yeah, the dad's just like, come on, I'll send you to college, just $200,000 to be friends with my daughter.
Great.
Yeah,
it's a great deal.
Does she reject this, or does she take this?
She takes this and then just rejects it later, and that's when he's like, "You gotta take the check,
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is this all for?"
His whole thing is like, I knew you'd give back the money, so he's not even a generous man. Well, that's how he got his money.
I'm convinced he's trying to launch. He's like, if I give you $200,000, that's a tax donatable piece of income.
It's charity. Have you seen that coke head of a father and that dead mother woman? Yeah, I'm claiming it on tax.
It's also really weird that he decides to do this when it's so clear she's happy to just be friends with Abby.
Yeah,
she's given her a lift.
Give it a week, and maybe she's wavering like, oh, I don't know about Abby. This is the first day, you know.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
I do love Abby has a line later. So after Joe agrees to this and Joe's like, Abby, come around to my house. Abby goes, I'll probably just break something, but I'll come in.
God, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe the dad's right. She is a bit of a bummer. Everyone else is insane, but she is a bit of a down. But in fairness, she's only been bullied her entire life.
Well, weird too, because I don't feel like her clumsiness plays into her character that much. So weird she...
Oh, she gives off clumsy. What are you talking about?
Other people fall on her. If anything, the guy that was carrying 6 milks is clumsy.
Which is pretty oafish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who take a pause, you know? Who needs 6 milkshakes?
Where was he going?
Where was he going?
To the teacher's lounge. They've got to have their share of 700 mils each of thick dairy to
Has
start
everyone got
the day.
2,000 calories in a cup? I would like 7 of them delivered to my mouth right now.
Getting 700 mils of thick dairy milk and being like, take it back, there's no cream on top.
This is when Abby and Joe become friends. And
They're friends like that.
Yeah, well, the money helps. They sort of just start doing things, and it pretty much just, by accident, annoys Mandy. Like
Mandy would be cool if she was simply like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about Joe or Abby.
But she's like, I'm going to destroy them, and it constantly backfires. I think she's like, all right, that paint thing with the car works. Let's throw a grenade at them. Then the paint becomes a symbol of resistance. This is where I was kind of thinking, okay, shit. If the movie goes down this essentially like gang warfare thing, I'm all in for it. But it doesn't. Mandy just keeps taking L's.
It is, I think it's like the downfall of the movie, but also it's one interesting thing is just trying to put the concept on its head of what Lindsay Lohan was doing to Regina George and making Regina George's like status so much better.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny change to say the mean girls are making the less popular girls more popular through their antics. But it also just means I don't know what we're here for narratively.
No.
So
our protagonists aren't changing. They're kind of just falling into popularity while the villain goes insane. And I wish they played that up. If she was bitter and going, I want to crush those girls, but I fucking can't. But she's kind of got this wry smile. She's like, everything's going to plan. And it's like, God, no.
The Mean Girls also have power over the PA system and all TVs.
Yes.
And they also...
They use it for bullying. This is a crazy thing for a school to do. Tim Meadows like, yeah, come on through. You got revenge porn? Yeah, put it on the screen. Fuck it.
Anything can go up on this. It's connected to here by a HDMI.
HDMI is really blowing up. It's 2007 and I'm loving it. Can't wait to invest in the property market.
He's like, remember when we used to have 3 prongs and you sometimes got them wrong because one was blue and there was a yellow port? And you were like, what goes where?
What goes where?
It's gone through the HDMI.
Sound 2. What was that little red one for? Because the yellow one was the video, the white was the sound, and the red just kind of made it good.
The other speaker.
Oh, okay.
Red and white were both channels.
Okay, huge. That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. As a child, I was like, I don't need this red one. I'm not fucking using it.
That's why you're deaf in one ear.
Huh?
Anyway, so they start bullying her. They stick Joe's butt to a motorbike, and that means that she has to ride it through school.
Yep.
And
becomes cooler.
You wouldn't know this was cool unless because everybody, when something happens, goes, "That's cool."
Yeah.
So you know.
It's good for the. I wasn't aware of their social ranking. It's good that I know.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, okay, I guess she's just riding a motorbike through school. I wouldn't think that's cool.
What?
I know there was a
Shut
kid
up.
in my...
That'd be sick. That'd be cool. okay? I don't want to be police you on what's cool, but that's sick.
You know what's cool? Rules.
Oh, yeah, cool.
What do you like, anarchy? Get out of here.
A little bit, maybe a little, okay. Anyway, so they blow up a car. No,
We do find out little things about Abby's dad.
Okay.
1, he's really rich. 2, he thinks that if Abby becomes an artist, she's just going to become a homeless hippie. And you go, is this a nice man?
Well, he's an infomercial man. He makes his money through selling crap to losers. And I'm all for it. She's my second favorite in the film. I can't wait for Abby. I gotta tell you, Abby goes through a lot of adversity, and I fear this will make her think she's a better artist than she is. And that's, I think, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in seeing this rich person go out into the real world, because she's going to thrive out there, and she shouldn't.
We also get a handful of little twists and turns. 1, Joe's never kissed a boy,
Yeah.
and everybody mocks her for that.
Yes.
Until they realize it's pretty cool.
It is, again, they can't catch a break, the villains, because then a bunch of girls are like, hey, you remember that, is it Tyler? Which one's the other boy? There's one other boy.
Yeah, there's the one that goes to prison at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just like, they're like, hey, he kind of forced us to have sex at an early age. We didn't really vibe that, so you being a virgin's pretty cool. And you kind of go, whoa, we're gonna, and then just fast forward
It
for
feels like a real problem was on the rise there. And the movie was like, don't want to discuss that. And you're like, oh, why'd you set it up then?
Now there's just a haunting air of people being like,
It made his character a lot less, I guess, humorous. I was like,
he's kind of the foil, but
yeah.
goodness.
At the end, they're like, get him. He stole money. And I'm like, and I guess abused all these students.
It comes out, Tim Meadows has been hiding a dark secret in this school. It's pretty sad.
Don't like that at all.
No.
It was weird. 1, because it's like, I guess it goes to show how shallow Mandy is, that she would put like virginity on such a high pedestal, but it just opened up a weird conversation the movie didn't want to discuss.
No.
But it's the type of thing that if Tina Fey was writing this, would happily discuss. Like, she would happily go into
Totally.
the norms of virginity and everything like that. And that's where you go, wow, the script is just so immature and it doesn't know what to do.
Well, they do like a revenge porn of like, I guess not revenge, but just sort of like, they have like a tape recording of her explaining her sexual it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a freaking party, Carl, because it's freaking high school, huh? Essentially, Mandy's like, hey, invite only. Only the cool kids are going to the party. You look around, ain't no cool kids. Abby and Joe are like, should we just host a party ourselves? Everyone comes.
We've got more money and we live across the road,
Yeah.
and we're more likable because we're not outrageously mean to everyone.
Hey, remember last week when you played that video that you spied on me about me not fucking? Yeah, people didn't like gel with that, so we're gonna go to that party instead.
It's just weird. You know, it's like how it just feels like at the moment in America they would like have labeled like Republicans weird, and everyone's like, they are kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's what the Mean Girls are in this, where they're just like, aren't they weird? And everyone's like, they're very strange.
Yeah.
I don't think they're cool at all.
No. I just think I wish they were a bit more heightened and maybe a bit more self-aware that they are flailing at being popular.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested in that, because at this point they want like, let's poison the party. Joe catches them immediately, goes, guys, don't eat that pizza. They've roofied us.
Joe sees them paying the pizza man in her own home. Why'd they do that? It's crazy how quickly Joe's like, She's
Guys,
like, I almost want to give them the win and eat it.
Yeah.
Just so they.
I'm going to shit myself. It's like, guys. It's like, well, you poison that with anthrax, okay? That with the freaking popular girls. Like, guys, don't eat the pizza. It's been horrific. It's a biohazard. Don't eat it. We got Chinese. And Mandy's just like, those damn bitches.
They're like, how were we had? And it's like, you paid for the pizza in front of her. You clearly spiked it. You are idiots.
God, their crimes are really stacking up. I gotta tell you, the ending of them stealing some money, low on the tier. I think the cop really should have gone for it. Anyway.
We also find out that the love interest is the stepbrother of the bully.
Yes.
But this has no repercussions on the story and goes nowhere.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think we even really see the stepbrother and the bully actually talk or live together.
I think so.
Or do anything.
We got one scene maybe then going, that was mean, and then I think Manny goes, yeah.
After this party, they become the anti-plastics.
Yes.
Which just means they've become the plastics.
Yes.
That's right. It's that arc again.
Yeah.
Just way less nuanced and fun.
I don't think... but I don't know why the film wants to go, hey, tut. You girls should not have got... I think they've earned not even popularity, just normalcy. And I think the plastics should be destroyed. I think the film goes, okay, what the hell? Joey and Abby aren't chatting as much as they did at the start of the film. Because Abby and Joe have split up a little bit because they've got a lot of friends. They've got a lot of people on the side.
Also, this journalist character that I feel like I forgot was in it. I thought it was a different character every time I met her.
If they kept wearing their hair slightly to the left. They kind of go, isn't she one of the main three? I went, whoa, crazy.
I was like, have we met her before? And the movie's like, we're wrapping up. And I'm like, I guess we met her then.
I guess she's fourth build. Goodness.
I gotta tell you as well, just on top of this, I just think none of these performances are very good. I think this is like one of those things I'm just like, wow. I'm just so disinterested because it's not well written, but it also nobody is having fun. The movie's shot in 20 days. Yeah. So I don't know if there's like all right, good enough, let's keep going.
It feels that. I mean, there's not even very much. Again, it's like a TV movie. I think the problem is it would have been lost to time. The problem is it's Mean Girls 2. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Because I looking for these actresses, I think they've got like other better things in their career. Yeah. The main girl is like in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And I know that's a very different medium, but
we love Until Dawn. I love Until Dawn. So
I just think there's like it's just a bit of it sucks because they're not being given much direction or something. Or again, similar to you, what you're saying, like just get it done. We're moving on, but no one's having fun. You really can feel just everyone like say the line, get some coverage, go.
I don't know how we get to the point of two things happening.
Yeah, hit me because I was also
$50,000 is stolen.
Yep,
and that's the money they need for Homecoming. That is also a donation.
Yeah,
for something.
I think the film trips up on itself and goes, okay, was it for Homecoming or for charity? Fuck it.
Yeah, it's like you haven't been paying attention, and I wasn't, so they nailed it.
They nailed me.
And then the other thing too is them just being like, we're going to 1v1 each other in football.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Doesn't this feel like improv? Like they were like, 1v1 me in... We have not set up anything. I guess mechanics? No, you didn't ever work in a car. Football? None of even the jocks are like footballers.
Football's never come up.
No.
So I don't know what... It does feel like improv because it almost felt like they were like, this movie's not long enough. And I was like, you can be 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't have to be 90.
Yeah.
Some of the best movies I've ever seen are 80 minutes. So just be 80 minutes.
It's just Oztag. It's just like, it's very...
It wasn't fun.
No.
The game they play sucks.
Yeah.
It's bad football.
It doesn't have like... I know we shouldn't be expecting much, but no, like, I don't know, payoffs of the action or anything. It's just them pretty much playing a game of, it's like one of them gets a point, 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 one of them gets a point. Man, stakes are high. I really felt it. It's just, I was like, the only thing I'm waiting for is for her comeuppance.
I love how quickly the police are like, we're going to arrest her.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you weren't going to arrest Joe.
No.
Joe just got expelled, but you're like, oh no, she's going down for murder.
Oh, yeah, because she definitely killed. I'm sure a bunch of people died at that party. A piece of pizza, at the end of the night, I'm going to get a little slice. The next day, I'm shitting myself with acid. Yeah, I'm blaming the plastic.
That's just you being lactose intolerant.
What can I say? I don't want to take lactose and I don't want to not eat cheese.
This movie's your nightmare. You get spilt with 6 liters of milk and forced to eat a cheese pizza.
I'm just melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh, God! Milk! No, I was pretty cool in high school. I only threw milk at people or dropped it on people. I was pretty mid-tier at school.
100%.
I watched people get milked. Don't take that out of context. Carl, what happens?
It's fine. I got in trouble for walking up to people and being like, "Is your parents alive? Do you have love for them?"
You should just get over that.
I never said that. I just inquired as to if they had a deep connection, or if I posited, wouldn't you hate them if they were around? Look, I mean, I don't know how else to talk about this like wrap up because I don't think things go anywhere or do anything. It's not like at the end of the first one where it's like Regina George learns to channel her like rage into sport.
Yes.
Or they find like other. It's almost like that.
No one really get. Yeah, I feel like the film just goes to black, doesn't it? At one point, I
This
can't remember.
movie-
I can't remember what scene it does. It just sort of
There's
goes.
a part where they go to homecoming and it's a rave, and there's a strobing effect on that. I was like, why are we doing this shutter effect? This is killing me.
Abby wins the homecoming queen.
I don't think she deserves. There's got to be people that aren't Joe and
well,
Abby.
here's the thing. I think her father's paid for that. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
got so much money.
So much
He's
money!
got so much money. He doesn't know what to do with. He's like, why would anyone take this $200,000 check from me?
I mean, here's the thing. He's like living in like I guess a small town on like an infomercial empire's salary. Move. Get out of here.
Infomercials used to make this much money.
I think so.
Do they still do? Because it's a big part of like hacks.
Yeah. I think
Is it just a generational thing?
I think it's older people. I think we don't see it as much because we don't rewatch live to air TV. It's just always on. I don't know how you get it. I was in a hotel the other day and it's just the default channel, so it's still kind of pumping. But yeah, and here's the thing: it's got infomercial money. He's selling the smart mop.
He's so rich. He's so rich and wealthy. And if you're an artist, he thinks you're a homeless hippie.
Homeless hippie. Carl, who would watch Mean Girls 2?
I do genuinely think this is one of the worst movies we've done on the podcast. I find it deeply unenjoyable. I thought it was very unpleasant. It really has like no
redeeming
qualities. It has no redeeming
qualities. I want to give it some. It's just sort of I wish it didn't have the title, you know? Just be like another generic thing. It sucks that you have to compare it to that.
It'd be like The Click. You know, it would just be like that sort of TV movie vibe.
I feel like if it was had a bit of something to it, you'd be like, oh, we gotta watch this. This would just die.
But it's also like the pacing's not only just atrocious, but I don't think the plot makes any sense. I don't think any of the characters make any sense.
It feels like a cash grab, and that's fine.
They've
grabbed our money.
Yeah, it's weird when you're just like, why can't people just talk quickly, or why can't you be snappy?
Yeah,
some movies aren't funny, but if the characters are talking quick enough and you're throwing enough like jokes out there, just it feels like there's energy in the room, and that's good enough to get you through.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this movie simply just isn't trying or doing anything. It's also just bizarre that they're like, should we make another Mean Girls straight for TV? What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Who would watch this? Just people that suck. Like, just don't watch it. Like, I hate this movie.
It's the curious people, right? Everyone's like, well, that's got to be... And I was hoping it would have something, you know, a bit... Just like because I don't mind like a shitty TV movie about this sort of thing. Because normally there's some out of unhinged things. Even the villain wasn't unhinged enough, even though they're doing unhinged things, to warrant them be like, I don't know, camp or anything. I gotta tell you, buddy, I like, you know, aging is a thing. And, you know, time moves very quickly. If you want to slow down the aging process, watch this. You know, I reckon genuinely you'll feel like 3 years have passed. If you kind of just like, I reckon you could like Interstellar this, you know, it's like going around like a black star. Kind of feel like that.
You could watch Interstellar in how long it takes to watch Mean Girls 2.
Yeah.
Even though one's 90 minutes and the other's like 2.5 hours.
That's the power of Mean Girls 2. It really is a time vortex like that planet in Interstellar.
It's a movie that really makes you realize how long 90 minutes is. Like how much you can achieve in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I think I might have been able to fit a full day of work into watching this movie. It's how slow and just dull it is.
Carl, if you want to recommend us a movie, ask wwwtpodcast@gmail.com. We love your suggestions. Ask us a question. Hey, what's going on? Something like that. That's a question.
Ask a general sense of how we're doing.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm not doing well.
No.
It's a tough year.
It's a pretty nice year.
It's a tough year for me.
We're getting rewarded pretty heavily.
I'm having a tough time if someone wants to reach out.
Carl's not having a tough time. He just has to pre-record some podcasts. So going on a beautiful trip. A beautiful holiday where he's getting lovely married.
There's too many things going on, and I honestly...
Two things.
If anyone wants to exercise their Are You Okay Day on me, I'd love to hear it.
Get out. Goodbye.
Please, just ask me about how I'm feeling.